In Academy District 20, sportsmanship is year-round. I'm Superintendent Mark Hatchell, and I've seen countless examples of sportsmanship by our athletes, coaches, and fans. From help up after a tough fall to encouraging words following a difficult loss, our athletes know the true meaning of sportsmanship.
Gets it to Love, makes a fake baseline, goes to the middle, and throws in the hook shot.
Sportsmanship to me is respecting your coaches, officials, players, and the other fans. Cheer for your team, but also appreciate the other team.
Sportsmanship to me means always putting forth your best effort to help the team, respecting yourself as well as the others around you, and treating your body right.
Sportsmanship to me is respecting one another and understanding the other team's right to cheer.
Sportsmanship to me is respect. Respecting yourself, your teammates, and your opponents.
The set, left side, sent down, inbounds or out of bounds. That is inbounds for Amanda Cushion.
Sportsmanship is being enthusiastic about your accomplishments while also respecting other players and their achievements.
Throws left side to the end zone, and the catch is made. That's a touchdown.
At Academy School District 20,
Sportsmanship is year-round.
Hello and welcome into Pine Creek High School for Girls High School Lacrosse. Brian German alongside Dave Toller for this matchup between the Pine Creek Eagles and the Kennedy Commanders. About ready to get started, but we want to let you know that before we get started, if you would like a copy of this broadcast, you sure can get one. To order a DVD copy, just send us an email at 20tv@asd20.org or give us a call at 719-234-1780. DVDs, $10, Blu-rays, $15. And also, want to tell you about all our social media accounts. Facebook, there you go, and Twitter. Follow us on Twitter. YouTube, you can probably watch this entire broadcast within 24 hours after its conclusion on YouTube. And, of course, that's the ASD20.org/20TV Sports handle as well. Now, as far as today's game, the home roster for the Pine Creek Eagles, lots of freshmen. We talked to Coach Roger Wallace before the game. Plenty of freshmen on this team, and your starters will be Carpenter, Warho, Harrington, Carson, Watanabe, Campbell, McDonald, Sen, Duffy, Roberson, and Baylor. That'll be the starters for Pine Creek. As we look at the schedule, Pine Creek's only played one game so far this year. They lost to Douglas County Castleview by a score of 17-10, so plenty of lacrosse still to be played. This is just their second game. And for the keys to the game, I'm going to turn that over to Dave Toller. What did Coach Wallace tell us?
Well, Brian, this is a very young team, as we talked about. A lot of freshmen, even some of the veterans don't have a whole lot of playing experience, but their number one key today is play good defense. And also their passing and catching. We watched them a little bit in warm-ups early on. They were working on some of the passing and their catching drills. And defensively, keep your head on a swivel. Don't let people get behind you into those key scoring areas.
Kennedy will come into this game, and they'll actually be playing a player down. The starters for them will be Berg, Roberts, both Sanchez girls, Moore, Luna, Gilday, Shaver, Vigil, Muja, Tim will be the final starter. They will be playing a player down in this game, and you can see their schedule. This is their first game of the season. They got plenty of games coming up later on this year, and as far as the keys to the game, we talked to Maureen Jackson, the Commanders head coach, and what did she tell us, Dave?
Well, before the game, she filled us in on a couple of things about their team, but ground balls will be huge for them, and we'll keep an eye on that. We'll track that throughout the broadcast. Their team communication, again, it's the first game of the season, so we'll see how well they prepared for this first game, and then again, leave it all on the field. It's your opening game. Go out, play hard, and have a little fun as well.
Of course, the Commanders had to travel down here from Denver today. We'll have to see if that gives them a little bit of thing. But what I'm really overjoyed about, Dave Toller, is this weather. Just yesterday, there was a snowstorm here in Colorado Springs. Would have been horrible to play the game yesterday. Today, it's beautiful out here.
Well, it sure is, Brian. What a view we have here, looking right into the mountain range as well.
And here you can see some of the upcoming broadcasts on 20 TV. We'll have a boys lacrosse game coming for you next. That's March 17th, Air Academy versus Golden. And Pine Creek, we'll have this girls lacrosse game at it again when they take on the crosstown rival Rampart Rams. And we'll have their girls soccer team on later on, both those games in April, the 21st and the 23rd. So we're looking forward to those. But thank you for tuning in today. We'll come back with the start of this one, Pine Creek against Kennedy, right after this on 20 TV.
One part excellence, one part inspiration, one part preparation for outstanding education.
Welcome back to Pine Creek High School. Just about to start this game between the Pine Creek Eagles and the Kennedy Commanders. We're getting started, getting ready for that first draw of the game in the first half of Girls High School Lacrosse here on 20 TV. Dave, you mentioned that a freshman-laden Pine Creek squad. I think Kennedy might have a little more experience coming into this one, but they're playing with a player down.
Well, they are, Brian. That's going to make this very interesting. We'll see how they do going with a player down, but a very young Pine Creek team, and they're playing just their second game of the season.
There's the draw, and it looks like the Eagles come up with it, running up the field. That's McDonald who has it. They're coming right down the middle, in on the goaltender. Shot just outside. Or was that a goal? That's a goal, my friend. Goal. I couldn't see. My bad. Let's take a look at the replay. That'll help us, won't it? You got that for us in the truck? No replay. Okay. Goal, Pine Creek. That came relatively easy there, Dave.
It sure did. Right off of the opening draw, just ran right down the center of the field. And for Kennedy, I mean, your team defense, you don't want somebody walking right down the center of the field and scoring on the ball that bounced in, went in low under the goaltender.
And for Kennedy, Brianna Berg was just kind of taken aback there at how quickly the Eagles came in, storming in on her in goal. So second draw of the game already, just 13 seconds into this one. And this time, Pine Creek gets it again and right up the middle of the field once again, coming running with it. That's Aaron Sen. This time has to go around the side. And the Eagles will come up with the ground ball here. That's Hannah Carpenter with it. She'll bring it up front, look around. Carpenter looking for someone to go to. We saw Pine Creek running some set plays, trying to get it to the people in the middle. There's a shot. And just off the post, a tough shot there by Spencer Lindsay out front. And here comes Kennedy back the other way. Ground ball picked up and running back is Sierra McDonald. She'll throw it ahead. Pine Creek now on the attack. Taking their time, being very deliberate here. Nice move inside and another goal. That's Stephanie Warho, who we knew, Coach Wallace told us before the game, Warho would be one of the stellar players on this Eagle team, and she just took it inside and scored easily, Dave.
Oh, that's 2 goals in just over 90 seconds. The first one that was scored by Sen, that one by Warho. And again, you like the way Pine Creek is going right to the net. We saw right off of the opening draw, Sen took it the distance, went right down the center and scored. And here's the one just walking right in front. That was Warho, who came off of the right side, just walked in front of the goaltender. And when you get in that tight, there's a lot of net to shoot at. Warho gets the goal, and Pine Creek goes up 2-0.
I'm surprised Kennedy hasn't put some more defenders back towards the box a little bit and try and keep them out of there. But that's 2-0 now, Pine Creek. A great start for the Eagles. Just a minute and 20 seconds into this, and they're 2 goals up.
And that could be part of playing with a player down as well. You wonder defensively if that messes up your zone coverage a little bit down in your own end.
And here's a ball that hits the ground, and Pine Creek comes back with it. This time it's Hannah Carpenter running up the left side of the field. She's got players running with her. Hannah's going to take it right and score herself. Hannah Carpenter, and I think Pine Creek has figured something out here, Dave. They're just, whoever has the ball, just take it inside and shoot it.
Exactly. And, you know, with the rules here of girls lacrosse, there's no contact, so you saw Carpenter just run right to the net. There was no interference in front of her. She makes a nice move, gets right in front, threw that one right over the shoulder of the goaltender, Brianna Berg, for Kennedy, and now it's 3-0 Pine Creek.
Just like that. Less than 2 minutes into this game, 3 goals. If they keep going like this, Dave, they're going to put up 50 goals today. Yet another draw, and this time it's up in the air. Now the ball's on the ground, and Pine Creek, the Eagles, quick to get to it. Running straight up the field once again. And another goal. Just like that. Was that Shea Calhoun?
Calhoun.
Shea Calhoun with her first goal of this game, and it's 4-0.
Well, Well, and again, good speed there by Calhoun, and you see it came right off of the draw. Again, Kennedy really hasn't set up in the offensive zone at all. You saw right there, Calhoun just walked right down to the middle. The only reason she stopped, she got right to the top of the circle, pulled up, and scored her first of the game, the fourth of the game for the Eagles.
Wow, 4-0 Pine Creek. 23:01 left in this first half. And Kennedy's got to be beside themselves right now.
They got to be, got to be a little shell shocked. I mean, this is their first game of the season. Pine Creek has played one. They lost to Douglas County earlier, but for your first game out, giving up 2 goals in the first 2 minutes, not a good sign.
Nice draw there. Good job by Stephanie Warho. She's going to take it. Let's see if she goes right to the middle as well. Takes it right on inside. Now she'll go behind the net. And they'll set up a play. The Eagles looking for some streakers coming at the net. They'll usually hold the ball behind the net and send some folks towards it. Here's a nice play. Still looking. It's Warho still with the ball behind the net. Now in front. And it's blocked. Blocked in front by Kennedy. And Kennedy, the goalie, Berg, comes up with it. And they will try and play it out of there. And they do, but this gets beyond the Commanders and is picked up by the Eagles. Oh, now knocked out. That's going to be out of bounds and given back over to the Commanders. Peyton Tim will throw it in. Throws it way back, and the Eagles are the quicker team getting back for it. Nice job by Taylor Duffy to retrieve that ball. Luzik gets it back. And now here it comes. A nice pickup by Peyton Tim. Tim with the ball, but they check it away from her. And now we have a whistle, and it's going to be the Eagles' ball, I believe.
Well, you just saw the defense there at Pine Creek as Kennedy tried to get it in. It went 1-on-3, and then Pine Creek takes control. Now they're bringing it back the other way.
And here we go once again with Stephanie Warho. With the ball up the right side. She's going to cut inside, take a shot, and score. Just like that. Stephanie Warho's second goal of the game. 5-0 Pine Creek.
Well, you saw how quick they transitioned that. You saw Kennedy had the ball down in their end, got it up to Warho. She took it the distance and, again, pulled up right at the top of the arc, threw it in right over the shoulder of Berg, right over the left shoulder. She gets her second of the game, 5-0 Eagles. We are just under 4 minutes into this one.
And I believe Maureen Jackson has called a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well here on 20 TV. 21-11 left in the first half. Pine Creek leads Kennedy 5-0. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Pine Creek High School. The Eagles with a 5-0 lead on the Kennedy Commanders in girls high school lacrosse, and we are we're not even to 4 minutes into this first half of play here as we start our 6th draw of the game, and we'll see if the Eagles can just keep pouring it on, Dave.
Well, and they've done it right in a couple of different ways. They've done it right off of the draw. They won that, took it right in. They've done it with some transition offense. Then we saw a couple of times they got it behind the net, tried to run a little bit of offense. That didn't work so well. They've got all their goals in transition.
Now, Kennedy will actually get the ball here at midfield on a foul call. And here Kennedy's setting it up. Of course, they got to make sure everyone's on side. Can only have so many players in the offensive zone. Kennedy now looks like they're seriously on the attack. This is Tim with the ball. Looking around, she's going to go take a place behind the net, set up a play. Tries to set it out front. Bobbled ball. It's picked up now and sent over. This one will get close to going out of bounds, but be picked up by Bernadette Luna out on the wing. Luna will now set things up. 2 Eagles run at her, and she gets the ball out, and the ball is on the ground, and a whistle. It's going to stay with Kennedy. Interference call there. The officials kind of teaching some of these girls too, because you know, as you said, the Pine Creek has some freshmen out there, and Kennedy has some inexperience as well. And that ball is going to go out of bounds. It's going to go to Pine Creek, the closer player to the ball as it went out behind the goal.
Well, a lot of teaching by the officials, by the coaches as well. We talked to Pine Creek coach Roger Wallace before the game, and he said with so many inexperienced players, he's doing a lot of just teaching of the game as well as the strategy that they're trying to employ during the game.
Anna Roberson got her touch there in goal, sends it out to Warho, who brings it up the field now and tries to get it, but it goes out of bounds to Kennedy. Just misplaying the ball there, Maddie Harrington. And Kennedy will come back and have the ball with possession. This is Caroline Sanchez to put it into play. She does so, but it's knocked down by Harrington. Picked up, good job by Emily Gilday, who tries to move it forward for Kennedy, but it's knocked away again by the Eagles. Coming back the other way now, Sierra McDonald. McDonald's going to run to the center of the field. This is pretty much how the Eagles have attacked all day. Let's see if they set up a play or if Sierra tries to take it herself. Now she'll go behind the net. Gives it back over there. Drop ball, but it's picked up. That's Sen. As Pine Creek looks to set up a play. Sen now moves inside. Shot score! Erin Sen's second goal of the day. Tying Warho for top scoring honors so far. We're 18:27 left in the first half, and Pine Creek has a 6-0 lead.
Well, Kennedy did a better job defensively on the rush, but then once Pine Creek got it behind the net, Sen just walked out from behind. They had two players behind the net. Sen was on the left side. She just walked right out, threw it into the top corner for her second of the game. It's 6-0 Pine Creek.
And we'll have another draw. Let's see if Kennedy can win this one. Bernadette Luna against Stephanie Warho in the middle of the field. Flipped up it goes, and the Eagles come down with it. It's going to be Shea Calhoun running down the left side now. Gets it inside to Sierra McDonald. McDonald takes a shot and scores. Sierra McDonald, the nice move there.
Well, and again, just running it right to the net. And this Pine Creek team, they've got some good speed. They're getting behind Kennedy all day long. The two defensemen that are back for Kennedy really having trouble controlling it, going right to the net and scoring the goal on that last play.
4 goals by juniors on this Pine Creek squad. 1 freshman goal and 2 by the senior Stephanie Warho. It's 7-0. 18 minutes, 12 seconds left. We've got another timeout, and we're going to take it too. We'll be back with more of this game between Pine Creek and Kennedy right here on 20 TV.
One part excellence, one part inspiration, one part preparation for outstanding education. Academy School District 20, where dreams take flight.
Welcome back to Pine Creek High School. Pine Creek with a 7-0 lead on the Kennedy Commanders. Pine Creek pretty much having their way in this game.
Well, 2 goals in this game by Warho, 2 goals in this game by Erin Sen as well. You get 4 from 2 players. And again, they're getting most of their goals just on the rush, just running right down the center of the field and getting in front. I'm sure that's one thing that Maureen Jackson, the coach of Kennedy, is talking to her team about, hey, let's play a little better defense and at least force them to the outside. Don't let them go right down the center of the field.
And now the draw happening slightly different here. Warho took a different position, and it was actually Sen who took the draw this time, moving it ahead, and it's going to go just behind the line. Warho picks it up, stays in bounds with it. Now behind the net, this is Sen. Probably waiting for some cutters. Now she'll send it in front. Warho misplayed, Kennedy comes up with the ball.
Well, and a great chance right there. Warho was wide open at the top of the arc. The pass was right there. Warho just couldn't handle it.
This is Caroline Sanchez coming back for the Commanders. And knocked down. They're going to keep it. Kennedy will keep the ball. Nope. Pine Creek will get the ball. Did I see correctly? I saw the ref point one way and then the other way. Nope, it'll be Kennedy ball. Caroline Sanchez keeps it. She runs inside now, but you can see how the Eagles pack it in defensively a little bit better than Kennedy's been able to. And I know Kennedy's down one player, but it seems like they're down like 4. Tim with the pass into a bunch. Ball knocked down. They're fighting for it now. And the Commanders come up with it. That's Gilday. Gets it back over to Luna. Now behind the net to Tim. Tim looking around. Not as many cutters either. It looks like Pine Creek really chokes off the cutters. Pine Creek's doing a great job defensively, which, of course, Coach Wallace told us before the game that their focus was going to be on defense.
Well, and it certainly is, and you can just see they've got all of their bodies back. They're all in front of their goaltender, Berg, who makes a save right there.
And that's the closest the ball has been to Pine Creek's goal so far today. A good save by Roberson. And Pine Creek will take their time bringing it back up. 7-0 lead. You have to wonder what Coach Wallace is thinking. Here comes Kennedy back on the attack. Sanchez gets it over to Gilday. Gilday tried to get it to Tim, knocked down, but gets it back. Looking inside, we're going to call a cross check.
Timeout. Injury timeout.
Injury timeout. Looks like Pine Creek's Taylor Duffy injured on that play. And now we're quickly back to action. Little bump on the other side. Gets the ball back to the Eagles. Nice job there by Kendall Baylor. And she gives it to the goalie, Roberson. And off the Eagles come. Back on the attack. See if they can get it to a forward. This is Sen running straight down the middle of the field. Excuse me, Stephanie Warho. She has Sen running towards the net at this point. And Warho and Sen will set it up behind the net. Taking their time. Very slow-moving offense. Kind of deliberate. And when you're up 7-0, you can take your time, I guess.
Well, absolutely. On the other side, we saw Kennedy trying to run a little bit of offense. When you're down 7-0, you got to take more shots when you have it in the zone. On Pine Creek, on the other hand, like you said, Brian, just taking their time, setting their offense, and working some of their plays.
Here's Maddie Harrington now behind the net. And you can see the Eagles. We've got a whistle. Maybe too many players, and the officials will explain what happened there. He's explaining the rule. You cannot have 2 players on guarding the same player within the box or within the circle in the middle. So I believe the Eagles will have a free shot here. Kendall Baylor. Or is that? Nope. Sierra McDonald. Won't go. Goes out of bounds and Pine Creek will get it. And that's the rule you need to know, too, is when it goes out of bounds behind the goal, the team closest to the ball gets it back. That was a nice save by Berg there. The ball bounces out. We've got another whistle, and it's going to be Kennedy ball.
Yeah, they're going to call a push on Pine Creek on that ball that was loose right in front of the net. And just a little bit of contact. There's no contact in girls lacrosse. There is some incidental contact, but they got down low. They were both digging for that ball. They called a push.
You can see that's what it's taking the extra time here is the official explaining things to the players, I think, and that's good. You know, it's early in the season, and a lot of these players, as we said, don't have a lot of experience in lacrosse. Back comes Kennedy the other way. On the far side, this is Gilday bringing it up. Gilday keeping the ball. Now coming behind the net. She's got Tim in front. Doesn't see her. Doesn't go to it. She'll keep it here. Still looking. Good job defensively by Kendall Baylor. Keeping a watch on her.
Boy, good job defensively by that whole team. You see they have a player camped out at each post, 2 in the front. They got good zone coverage down low.
Gilday now comes up front to Miranda Sanchez. And the ball's on the ground as she tried to get it over to Muja. And we got another call, and it's going to be Kennedy ball.
Kennedy ball. They're going to call a slash there on Pine Creek as they were both going after that loose ball, so we'll keep it down in the Kennedy end.
Muja will have her here. The official again explaining a few things, making sure they're in proper positions, and here we go. Muja gets bumped, loses the ball, and the Eagles come up with it. A nice job there by Taylor Duffy to knock it away and get possession. This is Stephanie Warho picking it up close to midfield and bringing it across. Warho has it knocked away just for a second. Looks like she could get it back. Tough fight for the ball, and it's going to be Pine Creek.
Well, again, you see a lot of those ground balls, and Pine Creek has been all over them. They've won the majority of the ground balls. They're up in this game 7-0. They'll maintain possession in their offensive zone, and as the ball comes back in, they'll take it inside. They bring it 2 meters inside the boundary, and you'll see, and they're taking off right down the sideline.
Stephanie Warho with the ball on the right-hand side. Looks like she'll try and maybe go set up behind the goal, and looks like Kennedy trying to cut her off at this point. And it's going to be Kennedy ball. Now a long whistle. It's going to stop the clock at 11:04.
There's a yellow card out there.
On Stephanie Warho.
On 5. Yeah, on Warho for Pine Creek.
It must have been it. On that last play.
Right after that penalty, yep.
Warho will now come over and we'll be playing even. Because Kennedy's been playing down a player. Here's a look at that play again.
Yeah, Warho came in there. She's going to get called for a push right there.
Definitely.
Right
they're going to call that incidental contact. They're going to say that she ran into her for no reason.
And then right after the whistle blew, I don't know if that's what they called, but the ball was flipped over her shoulder, and she flipped the ball out of play. That's why she got the yellow card.
And she is now standing in the penalty box, and Kennedy will try and do something with it. But it's stolen right back. This is Maddie Harrington. Harrington brings it behind the net. And this is always nice when you have a penalty and you have possession of the ball. Let some of that time run off while you have some possession. Send behind the net now, trying to send it in front. Nice shot, score. Another score from Hannah Carpenter, the freshman, with her second goal of the game. 8-0 Pine Creek as they score. They weren't a man down. It was even because Kennedy has been playing a man down all day.
Well, a great feed from out front. It was to Carpenter. Carpenter did a nice job of picking up that ground ball. The pass came in. It wasn't handled clean. It went to the ground. Carpenter picked it up, threw it in. She gets her second of the game. It's 8-0 Pine Creek.
It's time for another draw. So with Stephanie Warho on the sidelines, didn't stop the Eagles. They get a goal just 20 seconds into that penalty. And now we'll have another draw. Bernadette Luna for Kennedy. And it's up, and here's a catch by Sierra McDonald. Has it knocked away, and Kennedy will come back the other way. Towards the center of the field, the Eagles come up with it. Another turnover. Winning all the balls on the ground, the Eagles doing a good job with that. Sierra McDonald, though, has this one taken away. Carolina Sanchez is hit, and there's a foul called, quick foul on Brittany Carson, and that'll be Kennedy ball.
Again, that last sequence, I mean, Pine Creek's done a great job on those ground balls, and it was the two Sierras that were in there. It was Sierra Campbell, Sierra McDonald that were battling for that ball, and every ball that gets on the ground, it seems like there's a white jersey on it.
Here comes Tim back the other way. Peyton Tim running it inside. Let's see if she gets a shot on goal. Come real close and send it back out. Boy, Maureen Jackson probably would have liked to see her shoot right there. Gets it back to Gilday. Gilday comes behind the net, and we'll see how they attack this one. Gilday now trying to move inside, but you can see there's two Pine Creek defenders right there anytime a commander tries to attack that net. This one's picked up by Pine Creek's Taylor Duffy. Duffy will bring it in herself. coming right up the field. She's got McDonald to her left and sends it inside to Carson. Brittany Carson running towards the net, throws it, and a save by Brianna Berg. Berg with a big save.
Oh, that was a great save on the breakaway right there. Nice pass up ahead. Tried to go high with that right over the helmet, and a great save by Berg.
And Berg's seen a lot of action so far today. It's good that she's still got her head in this game. Now here's Maddie Harrington behind the net. Sends it up front to Carson. Carson with Sen in front, has the ball stolen away. A good job by Caroline Sanchez to steal that ball for Kennedy. And the Eagles converge on her, and the ball is on the ground again. Here comes Sierra McDonald, picking it up for the Eagles. Running it down the left-hand side, now moving to the center. Sierra maybe looking for a hole to shoot for. Nope, goes inside. Excuse me, this is Sierra McDonald. Here she comes towards the net, throws it up and out of play on the backhand side. That'll stay Pine Creek ball as they have two players behind the net.
A good scoring chance and a pick that was set up top by Carlson as McDonald ran right around the pick and had a great scoring opportunity. The closest players to it were the Eagles, and they'll get the ball back behind their net.
And here we go. This is Sen now with the ball. Behind the net. Now Kennedy actually getting two players on the player with the ball behind the net. Trying to stop this Eagle offense. Maddie Harrington with the ball. Crisscrosses with Sen behind now, and they'll see if they can't get some Eagles breaking towards the net. Sen now gets it back. Sen looks in front, comes in front, shoots, won't go. Nice block by Berg. Berg tries to pick it up. They're still fighting down there, and Warho's back in the game as the penalty is over. This is Sen. Looks like she's got Carpenter up front. Warho working behind the net as well. Here we come up front, Sen with a nice move. Going to take her time, take it all the way back around. Now here's Stephanie Warho. Pine Creek being very deliberate with their offense now, just taking their time. I don't think they're going to take any shots unless they have something really open. Here's a nice move inside. Warho blocked by Berg. Berg gets it. And what are they going to call here? We got a whistle. I don't think there was interference with the goaltender there. Warho might have been inside that circle, though.
That's what I was just. She might have been inside the circle when she took that pass. She was in awful tight, but she took a great feed from right behind the net. That was Sen. Sen threw it in front. There's a highlight of Sen's shot with that save that was made by Berg. Berg has seen a ton of shots already in this game.
And they actually give the ball to Pine Creek, so it was a defensive foul. And Warho comes up with it, gets it right inside. Shot, no, won't go. Berg trying to get it. Almost knocked away. Another shot, Berg save. Good job by Brianna Berg right now, who's just seeing shot after shot from Pine Creek. This is Sen with the ball behind the net. And Pine Creek will reset up. 5:35 left in this first half. 8-0 Pine Creek. Sen now looking for cutters. The Eagles pretty much running a weave in front of the goal with Carpenter and Carson and Sierra Campbell and McDonald. This is McDonald with the ball. She'll back up. Kennedy's defense has gotten better throughout the course of this game. Now behind the net, Maddie Harrington. Harrington back across to Sen. They like to have Aaron Sen behind, and I think they believe they like to have Warho attack the net. Now this is Warho with it. She'll come behind the net. Coach Wallace said they wanted to run a lot of their set plays today. They're certainly getting the opportunity. They've had it in the offensive zone probably close to 20 minutes of this game.
Well, and it's easy to do that when you have an 8-0 lead. They scored all those goals early on. That gives you a chance to set up behind the net and try to run some of those plays so early in this season.
Aaron Sen with it still behind the net. Now comes back over to Warho on the left side. And she'll swap places. You can see them cutting in front of the net. And Kennedy doing a much better job keeping track of all of the players out there. Pine Creek having a harder time getting open. Aaron Sen back with the ball again. Sends it over to Warho. Now Warho's on the attack, sends it, comes inside, puts it up. And a save knocked away by Berg. Warho gets it back. She'll come back inside. She's determined, throws it in, and wow. How about that? By Stephanie Warho, Dave Toller.
Well, and they had so much time in the zone working behind the net, and then Warho finally took it out front, just walked right in and put it on the far side, opposite the side of the net. That's a tough save to make. It went in about waist high. Warho gets the goal. That's her third of the game.
And, of course, you see her at the end there is trying to stay out of that circle. Had to make sure she was out of there, and it's a goal. 9-0 Pine Creek. 3:29 left, first half. I don't know what we expected coming out here, Dave, but I'm not sure I knew it would be a 9-0 game.
No, exactly, Brian. Now you look back at the only other game that Pine Creek has played. They lost to Douglas County 17-10. So how good is that Douglas County team to win 17-10? Because Pine Creek has played very well in this game, obviously offensively, but defensively they played very good down in their own end.
There's the draw. Warho flips it up along with Luna. And there's a foul. It's going to be Kennedy ball. And it'll be Caroline Sanchez taking it. We'll see if Kennedy can set something up here offensively. But that Pine Creek defense has been just stifling so far in this game. Here comes Sanchez. Up the field with it. Looks down. She's got Tim running towards the goal. Can't get it there. It's knocked away, and here come the Eagles. This is Kendall Baylor. Another senior on this Pine Creek team. Just 4 seniors on this Pine Creek team. Baylor's going to take it herself. Comes all the way across. Looks now inside. Nice move inside. And a shot won't go from Brittany Carson. It's knocked away, but Pine Creek retains possession behind the goal. Carson and Sen moving the ball around. Carson comes back out front. And you'll see the Eagles circle around in front of the goal. Sen now takes her time. Maddie Harrington looking. And here it comes out to Carson. Carson with the ball. Carson maybe going to take a shot. Comes inside, throws it, and it's a save. We had a whistle before the shot, though. Maybe too many defenders. And I believe that's what's going to happen. And it's going to be Brittany Carson with a shot. Free ball from here. There's the whistle. Brittany runs in, won't go. And Kennedy just trying to stop this onslaught. But there's a whistle, and it's still going to be Eagle ball.
Well, and again, another ball that was on the ground, and you can see all the white jerseys, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them all around them. And as they were about to control it, Kennedy came in. They got called for a push on the play, so Pine Creek will take control of this ball.
1:50 left, first half, 9-0. Pine Creek in the lead. And here we go. Shot by McDonald won't go. Turned away by Kennedy, but Pine Creek comes right back with it. There's a knock away. It's going to stay. Maddie Harrington was checked, and it'll stay Eagle ball. Eagles with another great opportunity right here. And we'll wait to get set. Ref makes sure everyone's in the right proper place. And here comes the whistle. Inside comes Harrington's shot. Goes out of bounds on the backhand side, and the Eagles are there. And Sen will be able to play it. And here we go. I wouldn't be surprised if the Eagles just run out this clock, but when you're so close, you might as well try and get that 10th goal. Here's Sen coming inside. and back around. Plenty of cutters. Kennedy keeping much better tabs on the Eagles as they're running now. Harrington now with the ball. She'll come inside, take a shot, score. Maddie Harrington, her first goal of this game, and it is 10-0 Pine Creek. And 10 goals is the spot in girls high school lacrosse where the clock will continue to run.
Well, as you watch the highlight there, I think Harrington was even surprised the way she ran out front, stopped at the top of the circle, looked like she was going to take it all the way around. There was nobody in front of her. She throws it into the top right-hand corner, gets her first of the game. Came with 55 seconds left in this first half, 10-0 Eagles.
Of course, the clock running down, under 30 seconds now left in this first half. You can see the clock on your screen, 10-0 Eagles in the lead as we have another draw. The Eagles maybe going to try and get one here. The clock running down. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Inside and a shot. Won't go. That one's out of bounds on the backhand side, and that should do it for the first half. And there you have it. 10-0. The Pine Creek Eagles lead the Kennedy Commanders at the half. We're going to take a halftime break, and we'll be back with some of the highlights from that first half right here on 20 TV. Welcome back into Pine Creek High School. The Eagles with a 10-0 lead over the Commanders. I'd like to say a commanding lead over Kennedy's Commanders. And if you'd like a DVD copy of this game, I want to tell you how you can get one. Send us an email, 20tv@asd20.org, or give us a call, 719-234-1780. $10 gets you a DVD copy, $15 for a Blu-ray. And Dave's going to tell you all about social media.
Well, absolutely. There's many ways you can follow right here. You can follow on Facebook at facebook.com/D20TV, Twitter, YouTube. Of course, you can watch the game. Highlights will be up after the game. The entire game will be up most likely by tomorrow.
Yeah, it's great. Always nice to watch things again on 20 TV, especially if you're one of these Pine Creek Eagles. You're up 10-0. Stephanie Warho has 3 of those goals. Hannah Carpenter and Erin Sen with 2 goals each. Maddie Harrington, Shay Calhoun, and Sierra McDonald with 1 apiece, and that's how we get to the 10-0 score. And here's the draw to start the second half. Up it goes, and we got some new players in for Pine Creek. Spencer Lindsay of the varsity basketball team was out there for that first draw. And it's going to stay Kennedy ball at this point.
Well, a good chance for Coach Roger Wallace with such a young team, a lot of freshmen on this team. You're up 10-0. You get some of your young players in, and as he told us before the game, he's still trying to teach the game to a lot of these young kids. Here's an opportunity to get in some real live game action, not just do it in practice against your own teammates.
Yep. And Pine Creek comes right back with the ball. This is Erin Sen running to the middle of the field. Or excuse me, it's actually Jocelyn Schmidt, another freshman for this team. Sending it ahead, knocked down. Schmidt comes back with it. Tries to get it ahead. Nice pickup there by Spencer Lindsay. Lindsay comes inside, shoots. No goal. I believe went off of a leg. Is that true? What'd you see, Dave?
Well, it must have. It looked good from this angle. Watch the highlight here. The shot comes in right from the left side by Lindsay. It went off the post.
Okay.
It went off the post. I'm not sure that it ever went into the net. It went off the near side post, and Berg gave up a lot of room on the short side. She reached back and picked it up, and the play stays down in the Kennedy end.
Kennedy trying to come up with the ball, and they will get a call here. Lindsay a little too aggressive on that one, and they're going to give the ball to Bernadette Luna to take over for Kennedy.
Well, and let's remember, Kennedy's been down a player this entire game. They started this game short, and they gave up 7 goals in the first 7 minutes of this game. Gave up just 3 in the last 18 minutes of that first half.
Here comes Kennedy running with the ball. Miranda Sanchez lost it for a moment, but picked it up. She comes ahead into the offensive side of the field. Sanchez now gets it ahead to Tim. Tim is hit, and it's going to be Kennedy. That's a hit on the head, I believe. And they're going to give the ball to Kennedy as Mary Massaro in for Pine Creek with a foul.
Well, and again, Pine Creek, you just see that whole defense collapse right around her once she got in close.
Yeah, we'll see what happens as Tim here has a chance for a shot on goal. Peyton Tim. Sets up, comes inside, shot, won't go, just wide to the left. And that was perhaps Kennedy's best chance at scoring a goal in this game.
Well, it sure was their 4th shot on goal in the game, but that was a good chance right in front of the free ball.
And now Pine Creek, some of the younger players getting to work here. Spencer Lindsay with the ball, sends it across. And trying to chase it down is Massaro. She does pick it up. She'll come up. A couple of good freshmen for this Eagle team. Massaro tries to send it ahead, knocked down, and here comes Caroline Sanchez back for Kennedy. Maybe Kennedy can make some hay here with some of the younger Pine Creek players on there. All the way in for Sanchez. Sanchez throws it at the net, and a great job by Roberson to come up with the save. But it's still loose in front. Oh, wow. Sanchez with a quick turnaround shot, but again, Roberson was ready for it and knocked it away.
Well, Roberson just in the right place on that one. She was in a great position, had the stick up. She was facing the shooter, was squared up to the shooter, just made 2 back-to-back saves right there.
And there's a push call. And we're going to hold it. We're going to hold it as well for a player down, Miranda Sanchez tying her shoe. And now Tim with the ball for Kennedy. Moves it to the corner. And Kennedy will try and set up things from behind the net. Tim with the ball looks in front. Nice pass in front to Gilday, but it was knocked down and taken away by the Eagles. We're coming back quickly the other way. All the way up the center of the field. Here comes Sierra Campbell. Campbell now goes behind the net with it. Looks in front to Lindsay. Lindsay again shot. This one blocked again. In front by Berg, and Kennedy comes away with it. A nice defensive play by the goalie, Brianna Berg. Caroline Sanchez tries to move it ahead and gets it across to Miranda Sanchez. Drops the ball, tries to come up with it, but guess who? Sierra Campbell got some speed. Coming down there, you see that long ponytail just blowing in the wind. She's going to take it all the way into the middle and shoot, and knocked away by Berg. But behind the goal, picked up easily by the Eagles. The Eagles work it around. This is Lindsay again with the ball out front. Pine Creek really being deliberate now as the running clock here in the second half with that 10-0 lead. Ball is lost, scramble on the ground for it. Mackenzie Collins tries to come up with it, but it's Caroline Sanchez who does. She took a hit on the top of the head there, and it's going to be Kennedy ball.
Yeah, and again, any contact in the girls' game, they'll call that, especially when it's up to the head. They're going to call that foul on Lindsay. It'll be Kennedy ball.
Sanchez gets it to Gilday. Gilday runs ahead now. You can hear maybe the Kennedy fans getting into it. Gilday comes right into the center of the field, turns around and sends it back. And a tough play there as they tried to get it to Joanna Muja. And Muja took a hit. It's going to be Kennedy ball right there. And this will be Muja with a chance. Let's see what she does with it. And you can see Anna Roberson getting ready for the onslaught. Muja brings it inside, sends it low, and Roberson's right there with it. But we've got a whistle. I believe a hold. It's going to be Eagles ball.
Boy, another good chance there by Pine Creek, though, and that was Muja. They've had a couple of free balls right at the top of the circle. Now it is going to be Kennedy ball, and Muja will get another chance.
Surprised he shouldn't run two or three players at the net here. Muja will shoot from out there. Easy save for Roberson. Roberson. I know I'm not supposed to say this, Dave, but holding on to that shutout.
Don't jinx her at this point. She's made some nice saves. Hasn't had to make a whole lot of them, but has had to make a couple on free balls early in this half.
Yeah. Here come the Eagles right back up the field. There's a shot, but we've got a whistle again before the shot, and I believe probably a cross. That's going to be a free ball for Pine Creek. This will be Rachel Goodale, who will get it up front. Or no, actually it's going to be Spencer Lindsay going to take this. The official getting everyone set in place. We're down inside 17 minutes. Let's see what Lindsay does with this ball. Charges at the net, sends it towards it, blocked in front, and picked up by Brianna Berg. Lindsay's had some shots here in the second half. Hasn't gotten it to go. This is Gilday coming up with it for Kennedy. Trying to make her way through some Eagles. Loses the ball, and we've got a whistle and more contact inside. That's going to be Kennedy ball.
Well, and again, and just contact to the head on that play. Going in 1-on-4 right there at midfield, and as she got in tight, she ducked her head down. She was hit, so that was the foul was called, and it'll be Kennedy ball.
Here's Gilday now. Let's see if Kennedy can get something going offensively. Sending it up ahead. This is Jordan Moore. Jordan Moore being guarded very closely there by 3 Eagles. She'll stop, lose the ball. Retains possession a little bit in the middle. Now it's back on the ground. And here come the Eagles. Picked back up by Sierra Campbell. Campbell tried to send it forward, but it was knocked out, and a good job by Miranda Sanchez to knock that ball free, and now she's got it. Sanchez coming back for Kennedy, and she loses it. The Eagles trying to keep possession, but Miranda Sanchez comes back. Now knocked away. And just, when in doubt, send it to the goalie.
That's exactly right. Yeah, that's where the big stick and the big net is. You throw that into the goalie, and just a ball that got loose, and now Pine Creek will set up behind its own net.
Anna Roberson with the ball. Looking for that first breakout player. Tries to send it. And they take their time. Looking ahead, balls on the ground. Kennedy trying to win some of those balls that are on the ground here in the second half and try and get a goal in this game. We've got a whistle. And it's against Pine Creek. Blue will have another free.
Well, and Kennedy being down 10-0 in this game, they've had a couple of shots in tight, but they've passed up some opportunities too, and you'd like to see when you're down by that many, when you get in close, just take it and throw that thing to the net.
Here comes Tim, but she lost the ball, and the Eagles come back up with it. Coming up the field, this is Mackenzie Collins with it. Loses it. Trying to come up with it, Jocelyn Schmidt and Collins. And it's Caroline Sanchez who does for Kennedy. Knocked away by Spencer Lindsay, but contact. It's going to be Caroline.
Well, again, a lot of new players out on the field for Pine Creek, and they've got a lot of freshmen on this team, and we're seeing a lot more whistles in the second half than we did in the first half, and I think a lot of that is just the inexperience of the kids that are out there right now.
We mentioned Spencer Lindsay, of course, played basketball for the Eagles as well, and Coach Kelly Stewart in the box here with us as well, telling us that she plays like that in basketball as well. A little bit too much contact maybe. Here come the Eagles back up towards the – we won't repeat that one, Coach. And here come the Eagles trying to maintain possession. Good job there by Madison Morano. All new Eagles on the field for the second half of this game, leading 10-0. Morano holds it up front. And now here comes Spencer Lindsay. Lindsay going to attack the net. We have a whistle before she gets a shot off. And Not sure the call. I believe she's going to get a free.
Yeah, I think she is there, Brian. She, again, just the parting of the C right down the center. She just walked right into the slot area, pulled up, and that's when the whistle blew, and she's going to get a free ball from right in front.
Let's see what she does. She's had a few that have gone right in front. Brianna Berg. Let's see if Lindsay can get one here. There's the whistle, and she attacks and sends it, and it goes up just wide and behind the net. It's picked up by Pine Creek. Good job by Valerie Blyler. Blyler sends it in front. It's knocked down. Sanchez tried to pick it up for Kennedy. It's still on the ground. Fight for the ball, and we have a whistle. It's going to be Kennedy ball.
Well, another chance for Lindsay right there. I think she's had 3 of those free balls right in front. The first 2 were saved. That one went just wide of the net. Now Kennedy will take control of this ball.
And, of course, as we mentioned earlier, the refs making sure that everyone is in the proper position before they blow the whistle to start play. If you're watching this and you want to see some highlights, go to YouTube/20TV and you'll be able to see first half highlights of this game already up on the internet. Nice save again by Berg, and the Eagles hound her in goal. She tries to get it out of there. This comes forward to Bernadette Luna. Luna tries to pick it up. The Eagles are right there to get it right back. Getting it ahead to Spencer Lindsay. Let's see if she attacks one more time. Comes around behind the net now, straight down the line. Scores! There you go, Spencer Lindsay. That's your first goal. That makes it 11-0. Nope. Nope. No goal.
No goal.
No goal. I got all excited because it was Spencer's 5th shot. They're waving that goal off. A whistle before the goal. So Berg puts it in play. Sends it forward, and we'll see if the Eagles can go back on the attack. You know, Lindsay is going to attack if she gets it again. Bernadette Luna sends it forward. This is Gilday. Gilday now on the run. One-on-one, she can make a move, and she runs right by the Pine Creek defender. Coming in towards the net, comes in on Roberson, shoots and scores! And the first goal of the game, and a nice job by Emily Gilday as she went coast to coast for the chippy.
Well, she did. She went a long way to get that one and gets the first one of the game in the net for the Kennedy Commanders. Gets that one past the goaltender Roberson. She came down the right side and blew right by 2 Pine Creek defenders. Got in tight and scored the goal, her first of the game. Makes it 10-1 Pine Creek.
Unfortunately for Kennedy, that just cuts it to a 9-goal game. And we're already coming down on the 10-minute mark here in the second half. The clock will continue to roll. The rule in high school lacrosse is that once it's a 10-goal game, the clock is a running clock the rest of the way, regardless of the change in score. Here comes the draw. Good opportunity for some of Pine Creek's younger players to get in on the draw as well. And here we come, quickly up the field. This is Sierra Campbell. A shot and a score, but a whistle before the goal. The last 2 Pine Creek goals have had whistles directly before them.
Yeah, just a couple of minutes ago, it was Lindsay that walked in from the left side and scored. Both of those went in the net, but the whistle that time, we clearly heard that one. The whistle blew before the goal went in, so Pine Creek will take back possession.
And I apologize, that was not Sierra Campbell. That was number 18, and I don't have an 18 on my roster. Blocked here by Berg. Oh, no, I do. Yes, I do. Ariel Watanabe with the shot. And now it's out of bounds on the far side. We're looking into the sun much like you are with your televisions and your computer devices. A little hard to see the action. And the officials making sure everyone's in the right position.
Well, as we talked about, I mean, you have so many young players, and these are things that you can't work on in practice. I mean, game type of situations that you get these girls in, the positioning, the face-off, some of the draws, playing defense, things that are very hard to work on during the course of a practice. You get them out there in a live game situation, you get a chance to look at some of your younger players.
And here comes Caroline Sanchez back for Kennedy. Tries to get it to Gilday, and it goes too far ahead. Pine Creek comes back. Running up the field with it, I believe that's Emma List. Emma List bringing it in. Sends it all the way in on Brianna, but lost the ball just before she took a shot. Tough one there for Emma. She made a great job bringing it all the way down. And here comes. No, it was fine. It was Kelly Stewart, the Pine Creek basketball coach, in here. I'm glad she is because I didn't know Emma List was number 40.
Helping us out with the numbers as well. We need all the help we can get in here.
And the Eagles, again, a shot. This one blocked out front, and they will be first to get to the ball, so Pine Creek will get the ball. Coming down on 7 minutes left in this game, 10-1 Pine Creek in the lead. Played inside. This is Massaro, excuse me. Trying to pick up the ball on the ground. Little scrum back there, and we have a whistle. And they're going to give it to Kennedy.
Well, and a good bit of contact back there as well on that loose ball, and it was Pine Creek that had it. They had control of the ball, just a bad pass that led to a ground ball, scrum behind the net, and the whistle blew, and this will be Kennedy ball.
Miranda Sanchez gets it to Danielle Roberts. Roberts comes up with it, and it's knocked away, and Pine Creek comes back with it. Here we go again. Watanabe running it inside, and we've got another whistle. Maybe this is good for all these younger players, the players that haven't played. As I mentioned, all the Eagles on the field in the second half, or most of them, were not out there for the first half. Maybe seeing their first action ever.
Well, and as Coach Roger Wallace told us before, yeah, a lot of these girls have never played before at any level, so they're brand new to the game. That whistle was well behind the play. We didn't see exactly what it was, but the official was talking to the players on both teams. Offside was the call on that.
And here comes a free. This is Maggie Sandusky, who lost the ball and comes back this way to Caroline Sanchez. Sanchez sends it ahead, and we've got a race for the ball. Miranda Sanchez trying to pick it up. She does in front. Nope, knocked away. Good job by Emma List getting back on defense and knocking it away and getting the ball in possession for the Eagles. And Emma brings it all the way back up the right-hand side. Looking for a teammate to send it to. Tried to get it to Watanabe, I believe, and it went out of bounds.
Well, that was great hustle getting back on defense. That looks like it was going to be a sure breakaway for Kennedy, but List doing a nice job getting back and not only getting in and getting possession of that ball, but turning it around quickly in transition, bringing it right back up to the midfield.
Emma may be in better shape than some of these other lacrosse players. She's been playing basketball already this season. And here comes Pine Creek with the ball. Picked up and maneuvering now is Maggie Sandusky. Sandusky brings it in to the center of the field, looking around, taking her time, and the official is waving his hand. I believe he even had his yellow card up, Dave. I'm not sure what he's motioning for. Too many players in the wrong position, I guarantee you.
Yeah, and again, it was Pine Creek in their offensive zone. They had control of the ball. They got it down in tight, and they had set up when that whistle blew. And now another free ball for the Eagles.
Maggie Sandusky is going to have a chance at it here. The official making sure all the players are in the proper position. Here comes Sandusky. Let's see what she can do with it. Sandusky's shot knocked away off the post. They call it a goal. Maggie Sandusky, the freshman for Pine Creek, gets a goal, her first of the game. Here it is again.
Well, nice play on the free ball, and she came in, just bounced it right in front. Looked like it went up and over the shoulder of the goaltender. Maybe came down off of the crossbar and dropped straight down into the net. Sandusky gets the goal, and it's goal number 11 of the game for Pine Creek. Pine Creek 11, Kennedy 1, 3.5 left in the second.
And we're going to take a timeout because the teams have 3:33 left. We'll be right back here with the conclusion of this one on 20 TV.
One part excellence, one part inspiration, one part preparation for outstanding education.
Welcome back. We're at Pine Creek High School. Brian German along with Dave Toller, and the Eagles have an 11-1 lead over the Kennedy Commanders. And we're going to take a draw at center field after the Eagles scored their 11th goal of this game. 3:33 left. That clock will be running after they get the draw done here. The officials making sure everyone's set. A lot of the younger players on the Eagles team getting a chance to play, and that's really good for Roger Wallace.
Well, it certainly is. One of their freshmen just scored the last goal. That was Sandusky early on in that first half. Their starters, I thought, played very well and really set the tone of this game with 7 goals in the first 7 minutes.
They certainly did, and there's an issue with the draw, and they will give it to Kennedy off of the draw. This is Bernadette Luna, who will key things and get things started here for Kennedy. Let's see if the Commanders can get another goal. Tries to get it over to Gilday, and this time it's picked up by Pine Creek. A good job on the other side there by Brooke Harmon. But it's knocked away, and Gilday comes up with it. Tries to get it to Miranda Sanchez. Emma List comes over to knock the ball away, and Spencer Lindsay teams up on her as well. And it's out of bounds, and it's going to be Kennedy ball.
Well, again, you see the Pine Creek defense, and even with a lot of their younger players in, they're shutting off the sideline. They're playing very good right down the middle. Every ball that's on the ground, they're all over it. They didn't get that one there as the whistle blew, and Kennedy takes possession.
Sanchez had the ball there. Emma List knocked it away, and here comes Pine Creek back the other way. Let's pass inside. Knocked away, and it's on the ground. We have a whistle and a push, and it's going to be Kennedy ball. Caroline Sanchez or Bernadette Luna will play. Luna with the ball now. There's the whistle, and Kennedy will get going. Coming down inside of 2 minutes now left in this game. Luna cannot get by the Eagles. Spencer Lindsay, some good defense there, as well as Emma List. And now, did she step out of bounds?
Well, there's 3 players right around her right there as well, and just good. It was good defense until I think the 3rd player jumped in to play, but nowhere to go for Lindsay or for Luna with that ball.
Here comes Spencer Lindsay back the other way. Let's see if she tries to get that goal. Of course, the last one she scored was called back. Lindsay comes right inside, falls down, lost the ball. We got a trip, and that's going to be Lindsay. I believe will get it. Is she okay though? She's still down on the ground. Here it is on the replay.
Well, she was coming in full speed. She got in close and just got stepped on right from behind. That was Danielle Roberts that got in and stepped on the back of her foot. Lindsay went down hard on the play.
And she's going to be down on the ground. You could see that when she Campbell really did, Danielle Roberts stepped on the back of her foot, and Lindsay will just limp off the field. Looks like she's going to be okay. She's standing up now. We're going to keep it here with 1:12 left in this game. Pine Creek leading 11-1. Nice to see Lindsay get up on that one. That's a tough break. I know Danielle Roberts wasn't trying to do anything legitimately. It's just her foot caught her on the back.
Yeah, just an inadvertent trip coming right down. And Lindsay's played a great second half. She hasn't scored, but she's had some great chances as she goes off on the far side. But, yeah, Roberts just trying to catch up to the play and just stepped on the back of her foot.
So Jocelyn Schmidt now will get a chance with the free. Comes inside. Shot knocked away. Kennedy comes up with it. Brianna in net. Brianna Berg. Berg sends it ahead, trying to get it to Miranda Sanchez. And that ball is on the ground and going towards out of bounds. Gilday collides over there, and here comes Tim with the ball. And she comes out of bounds. They're going to call a foul. Clock continuing to run. Now down inside of 40 seconds left in this one. And List plays the ball in for the Eagles. Here we come as the sun is setting on us here at Pine Creek High School. Looking inside the Eagles, looking for one more goal. Now down behind the net, a nice move. And a shot and a goal. Pine Creek gets it. Nice job by Valerie Blyler.
And again, just coming up from right behind the net, there was nobody there. Blyler got in, took it right to the top of the circle, threw it in over the shoulder in the 12th of the game for the Eagles, 12-1 Pine Creek.
That's a good job for Blyler. She's a senior for this Pine Creek Eagles, and that'll do it. That's the final score, 12-1. Pine Creek's Eagles with a commanding win over the Kennedy Commanders. We're going to take a break, come back, show you some highlights, tell you how you can get a DVD copy of this game. We'll be right back here on 20 TV. Welcome back to Pine Creek High School. The Eagles defeat Kennedy's Commanders 12-1, and the Eagles pretty much ran away with this one early, didn't they, Dave?
Well, they sure did. It all started early in the game, and they scored a bunch of goals early on. This was Stephanie Warho, who came in from the right side, scored. That was her first of the game. She ended up with 3. She had the hat trick in the game. This was goal number 3 here. That was scored by Hannah Carpenter. Carpenter coming right down the center of the field. She scored. Carpenter had 2 goals in the game. This is Calhoun coming right down the middle again, and most of their goals in this game were scored just like that in transition. Here's Warho with nobody else around her. She walked right in on the goaltender. That was her second. The hat trick again for Warho en route to the 12-1 win for Pine Creek.
And if you're a Pine Creek fan, you like to live it all over again, you can. Just get a DVD copy. Send us an email at 20tv@asd20.org or give us a call, 719-234-1780. DVDs, $10. Blu-rays, $15. And, of course, social media. You can check us out on Facebook and Twitter. We've already tweeted out some highlights for you. We've got the highlights already up on that YouTube channel right there as well. And the entire game will probably be up within 24 hours on YouTube. But that'll do it from here in Pine Creek High School. Pine Creek with a 12-1 win. For Dave Toller, I'm Brian German. Thanks for watching this broadcast on 20 TV.